Hello, guys. Welcome to another Moment with Mikey Mike. Today's topic, Movember, the month where men grow mustaches. Also, today has been brought to you by the letter M. So, Movember, when we grow mustaches to raise money and awareness for prostate cancer. If you guys don't know what prostate cancer is, well, your prostate is located just above the rectum, and cancer as well. Most people get what that's about. So let's just say it's really shitty. It happens to many men, especially ones that don't eat tomatoes for some reason. So generally Italians are okay. Maybe that's where the mustache connection comes from. I'm not sure. If you're not sure exactly where your prostate is, well, all men, heterosexual and otherwise, have a G-spot in their rectum, which is located just under the prostate. So, if you're ever really curious, just, get a friend to wiggle around in there a little bit, and when it starts feeling really, really good, you've found your prostate. Women, I apologize, you don't have one. Although I think you can still orgasm that way. Maybe other stimulus is also necessary. Anyway, we're getting off topic. So for all you Mo bros out there, one thing I really enjoy is asking women their opinion on Movember. I have some female friends that love it because they feel that they're, sometimes during Movember you see someone who doesn't usually grow a mustache, and you see them and you're like, why not? Robert Redford me, baby. Tell Scarlett I don't give a damn. And then you also see other people who don't usually grow a mustache, and you can tell why, because they really shouldn't, and you're just like, God damn, my grandmother grows a thicker mustache than you do, and she looks a lot better in it as well. This is terrible. So you get both. But for all you women who are just like, oh, mustaches on men are just creepy and I don't like Movember, okay, but here's the thing. If you guys are allowed, and I'm in complete support of this, if you guys are allowed to not shave your legs from December to January every year, then I'm pretty sure men are allowed to engage in 1 month of our childhood Super Mario Brothers fantasies. Okay? If you guys get Magic Carpet January, then I think we're allowed to have Pedophilia Awareness Month. Pedophilia though, right? Like, it's pretty shitty. And every time you grow a mustache, everyone's just like, oh, you look like a pedophile, you look like a pedophile, you look like a pedophile. But do you want me to touch your children inappropriately? Jeez, relax, people. That's actually why I like Movember so much, because if it's Movember and I see a dude at a playground with a mustache, I can be like, oh, hey, Jeff's dad is clearly supporting prostate cancer awareness. That's really great. But if I see him there on any other month of the year, I'll be like, I am calling the police immediately. There is a pedophile on the playground. Do you see the way he keeps looking at that one kid? Mike, that's Jeff's dad, and the kid is Jeff. That's literally just Jeff watching his kid play on the playground. Is that weird? Okay, all you've told me so far is that poor little Jeff has probably been in several child pornographies, so I'm gonna call the police, and then I'm gonna call Family and Children's Services, okay? That's what's happening. As we can see, I'm growing a little mo of my own. It's looking okay. It looked worse this morning, but then my mother put some mascara on it, and it's looking a lot better now. Seriously though, mustaches, right? Like, oh, hang on, that's my finger. Mustaches. You used to be cool, mustaches. Like, everyone loved you and you were manly and stuff. Like, back in the Wild West, if you wanted to be a sheriff, a mustache was basically requisite. If you walk into the saloon and apprehend an outlaw and you don't have a mustache, outlaw's just gonna start, Jesse James, just gonna look at you and start laughing. I see you brought a gun, let me guess, it's plastic, isn't it? Go ahead and shoot me, bitch. Every one of those bullets are gonna miss if you don't have a mustache. I know, I've seen cowboy movies. Sheriff's acting all cool, reaches into his back pocket, pulls out a 2x4 of human upper lip hair and just lays it across. Holy shit, we gotta get going. He has a stash. Pew, pew, pew. Oh, he got me. The mustache got me. You know, sheriff's just standing there laughing. He didn't pull the trigger. He didn't even use his gun. The fucking mustache shot bolts of upper lip hair through Jesse James's heart. That's the real story of the assassination of Jesse James. He wasn't shot from behind or stabbed in the back. He was strangled from behind by his partner's mustache. You know, even like the British Army in the Napoleonic Wars, if you wanted to be an officer, you had to have a mustache, you know. Meanwhile, the battle's raging, and there are gunshots and screams, and, you know, the Irish are throwing spears and explosive cabbages, and there's Michael Caine out on the field with his little field mirror and his little field kit, just trimming away, you know, trimming away, giving it a little curl, you know. There's a scream beside him. Oh! Well, there goes Lieutenant Jeffrey. I always told him he should curl the edges a little more, you know? And I mean, after the war, like, if you're into steampunks, they're all about stashes. If you didn't have a mustache, you weren't a gentleman, you were a plebe. You know, guy comes in, I'll shave my face so that I can go work in the mines every day. Really fascinating. Reginald, could you show this gentleman to the basement? I believe he's here to fix the plumbing. Except, no, you can't fix the plumbing without a mustache. I've seen Super Mario Brothers. I know how it works. You piece of shit. God, I remember being a kid and going to my dad and being like, Dad, when I grow up, I'm gonna have a big mustache so that I can jump into sewers and save princesses after eating beautiful magical mushrooms, just like Super Mario. Of course, dads of today would be like, no, son, that's not a mustache anymore. What you need is a beard and a man bun. Ha ha ha. Goddamn hipsters. I mean, it's a great look, but still. Yeah, you know, my mom would be all yelling at my dad, honey, the drain is clogged, and call a plumber this time, because the last time you didn't and you broke the sink. I just sitting on the counter all smug like, Dad, I told you should have grown a mustache. That's right. Dad, is that why Mommy is sleeping with Mr. Bowser? Ugh. But you know, something changed along the lines there, right? Like, suddenly mustaches went from cool to not cool, you know? The handlebar went from a symbol of being tough and a badass or a cowboy or a biker to being a symbol of being raised in a rural area with poor parenting, you know? The mustache went from a symbol of virility and a necessity to be an officer in the British Army to just, you know, a way to tell society that you're probably going to touch their kids inappropriately. What happened? Personally, I have a theory. It was fascism. You look at fascists, right? Hitler goes to his barber. Hello, Adolf, how much of your mustache would you like to keep today? Give me 2 fingers, you know? Yeah, it's a drinking scotch joke. You know, and Stalin with his freaking bat wings of death across his face? Churchill couldn't grow a mustache, he was a wasp, you know, and he was the good guys. Right? After World War II, you see someone with a stash, you're like, okay, what are we saying here? Are we saying, like, kill some Jews or just murder all of my own Russian friends? What are we doing? You know, it took mustaches years, hundreds of years, okay, that's not true, many years to recover from fascism. And I don't think mustaches have fully recovered yet. But I know what's going to happen. Sooner or later, there will be a fascist dictator with a beard and a hipster man bun. And when that happens, mustaches will be okay. Until then, save it for Movember, boys, unless it looks really good, in which case don't hang out on any playgrounds. Thanks for joining us for another Mikey Mike moment for Movember, and today has been brought to you by the letter M. Keep disliking prostate cancer. Take care, folks.